What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Blade Bias. Now that I'm home, I have a unlimited access to every balisong that I own, because I only bring up a certain amount of my collection to my apartment because of carrying cases capacity. My vault case can't carry everything that I own, so I'm not able to bring it everywhere. So I thought I would do a little video talking about what balisongs have been my favorite, what have surprised me the most, and what have maybe fallen from grace since I got them, or that my opinions might have changed a little bit. Starting off most importantly with the Tay Flipper. I got back home. I mean, I had the Tay Flipper at my apartment, but I never flipped it. And now this is the first time since getting Carbon Honey like 2 months ago that I actually put Carbon Honey in it and lubed it and properly tuned it and realized, oh yeah, I now remember why I fell in love with the Tay Flipper. The Tay Flipper is one of the only balisongs that I tried and then immediately bought on the spot. The Tay Flipper, genuine, like I went to Ty's down in Florida and I was hanging out with him and I tried the Tay Flipper. My plan was never to buy one. My plan was never to add one to my collection. I thought they were super cool, but I was happy with my cycloid. And then I tried one and I realized, oh, this is good. This is really good. And now finally giving it the TLC that it needs and has needed for so long has made me remember why I fell in love with it in the first place, because it's so neutral and it carries momentum so well, but its weight is still really good. And it's like, oh, definitely worth owning along with the Calico. This was actually something I was considering selling when I got my Calico. But every time I pick it up, I realize, no, this is not something I could go without in my collection. Because this is the Calico is cool because it's unique, right? It has such a weird balance to it. And that, of course, is great, but it also means that if you go out and you flip in public a lot, and that's the balance that you are flipping with all the time, it's going to get kind of weird eventually, and something a bit more neutral and normal, quote unquote normal, is going to feel a lot better. And I think that's why the Tay Flipper shines so much, because it is this plastic balisong that you can take in public and flip in public, but it flips so well that I would have no problem daily driving this for a year straight and not have any issues. Which, unfortunately, is not something that I can say for the Diode. Now, the Diode is a great balisong. I don't want anyone to think that I hate the Diode or you should never buy one or it's so terrible. I think this is, for the price, a pretty solid little fun toy you can buy. But ever since I got it, I just don't find myself flipping it at all. I am someone who likes weight in balisongs. I don't like, if it's under 2 ounces, or under 2 ounces. If it's under 2.0 ounces, also known as 2 ounces because I am smart, most likely you're not going to find me flipping it that much. And unfortunately, that's just how the Diode's been. It's cheap and it looks very cool. Don't get me wrong. This pattern, this texture, super sick. The blade design specifically is super dope. But I bought the Diode initially because it was offered in glow in the dark, and I thought that that was such a cool idea that I had to get in on it. And then the glow in the dark had problems in beta testing, which meant that all the beta testers who had glow in the dark had to get new sets of handles or blades or whatever, and it was not available for the primary launch of the Diode, which makes the Diode something that I kind of just don't enjoy that much anymore, because my enjoyment factor from it came from the glow in the dark. And obviously there's no glow in the dark anymore, so I just find it sitting in my case a lot. I find myself forgetting about it, and I find myself flipping other things over it. Once again, not to say it's bad, I just don't like super light balisongs, and this is undeniably a super light balisong that does have a few issues carrying momentum. Just got to say it like it is. I just kind of fell out of love with the diode. Although, yeah, I wouldn't even say fell out of love. It's fine. It's a serviceable $30 balisong. But $30 balisongs are not where I find myself flipping. So unfortunately, the diode, probably going to sell this eventually. And by eventually, I mean when I get my Vortex back. Which, the Vortex I would talk about right now, but I'm still in a temp trade with Ty. Ty, if you see this video, I want my Vortex back so I can sell it, please. Anyway, ending it off with the Bermuda. Now, the Bermuda is one of the most fascinating balisongs that's come out this year, I think, because it's a competent flipper at a great price. This is about the same price as the diode that I mentioned before. And it flips great. I like it. A bit too much handle bias for me, but otherwise enjoyable flipper. It feels like a refined version of the Amazon balisongs that we got so used to before things like the Vulp came out. But unfortunately, yet again, G10 has let me down completely, because every time I pick this thing up, it has this really, really just, I don't even know, what's the word that I'm looking for here? It has this just disappointing, no. I'm just like, I'm completely at a loss for words for what the word I'm looking for right now is. It has a really unpleasant, let's just go with unpleasant. Holy crap. It has a ridiculously unpleasant texture with the G10. And as such, every time I flip it, I go, oh yeah, this is cool, bearings are cool, but then I immediately reach for something that feels a little more normal, like an aluminum balisong, like my Kraken trainer or something like that. So the Bermuda, really cool, and as much as it pains me to sell something that's limited edition glider, this is probably something that I will also be putting up in a sales post when I get my Vortex back. Because the Vortex has just been replaced by me by the Prisma. Replaced for me by the Prisma. And the Prisma, admittedly, I don't flip that often because the blade just pisses me off that it is so sharp and actually has cut me on some occasions. Despite the fact that it's a trainer, which, I mean, he's fixed it at this point, but my unit still gives me troubles with that, so I don't flip it as much as I used to. But still, the Vortex gets replaced by the Prisma for me, meaning that that will also be probably going very, very soon. So yeah, Bermuda flips great, but the G10 just kills it for me. I like the handle bias. I like how it flips. I like how the bearings feel. But just the bearings, it's rough. Sorry, not the bearings. The G10. The G10, it's rough. Probably should clean it. Maybe this is the one that I'm most hesitant to sell because it is just a what am I doing? It is a limited edition glider product, and I don't really want to sell a limited edition glider product, but we'll see. When I get my Vortex back, we'll see what goes in the sales post along with it. So I just thought I'd give you guys an update, considering that my collection has remained so static for so long. Give you guys an update on what I've been flipping and what all my opinions are on some balisongs that I've talked about. So yeah, Bermuda and Diode, still great balisongs. Still recommend them highly. Just don't really have a place in my collection right now. And the Tay Flipper, honestly, only gets better with age, especially now that I'm flipping mainly the Calico as my plastic flipper. But I think it's going to do it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next scuffed head-mounted video. Peace.